Welcome back to Chronicles of the Coast, everybody, where we are bringing you DragonLance Shadows of the Dragon Queen. We've been going hard and heavy for several weeks now with the town of Vogler, getting through it. If you've been watching the show, you know that last session our player characters led the evacuation of the city that now lies in flames behind them as they escaped down the Vingard River to the capital of Nightland, which is a region of Solamnia. And that capital city name is Kalaman. They fought hard, they fought well, they managed to get pretty much all the villagers to safety using ships, using fishing vessels, using ferries, using canoes, cobbled together rafts from pretty much anything that they could find. And they got everybody to safety. Meanwhile, the famed knight Beklenuth Vaharan and her friend Cudgel Iron Smile, leader of the mercenary company, peeled off to distract some of the Red Dragon army that was intent on pillaging the city of Vogler for defying them and their request to stay in the village overnight. Many of the city's personages have survived. You see a lot of the people that you're familiar with on the various different boats. The Vingard River is mighty. It's huge. It's wide. It's not like you can just, reach arm to arm and see who's survived, but you definitely see the mayor. You guys have Darrett Highwater with you, the charge and squire of Beklenuth Viharin. You also, unfortunately, do see the personages of Lord Bakaris and Bakaris the Younger. They managed to survive the travails. Yeah, cockroaches. And as well as them, a few others. It looks like Barty, the blacksmith, was able to survive the onslaught, and Yaumi, the innkeeper from the Brass Crab Inn, was able to survive, from what you could tell. But as far as the rest goes, Nimue, the kender that sells the amazing puppets, you haven't seen sight of them since leaving the shores of Vogler behind. And you guys are on the ships. The city of Vogler lies in flames behind you, the Red Dragon army swarming over it, shops burning, the familiar sight of the Brass Crab Inn fading into the distance, where you mourn the loss of your friend Ispin Greenshield is in flames and ruins. What would you guys like to do on this little journey to Kalaman?
Crush is working on a song.
Okay.
He only has a couple of lines written so far, but it goes along the lines of Vogler lives on in its people, Vogler lives on. And so he's just going to kind of be singing it and kind of letting more of it develop and listening to maybe what other people are adding in and kind of playing music and just seeing how that song develops.
Yeah, okay.
As we go, trying to let liven spirits.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot of thousand-yard stares, people who are mourning the loss of their home, a place that they have called home for generations. Vogler's been around for hundreds of years, and the families that live there don't often leave. So what about the rest of you? What are you doing on this journey? It's about a day's travel downriver to the city of Kalaman. So you've got some time to kind of discuss, plot, make your next move, whatever it is that you're going to do. So the shores of the waters of the Vingard River lap at the boats, and the city kind of fades behind you. Shep, Roche, Guppy.
I'm going to be working on transferring my spells to my new spellbook. Yeah, buddy, with the 3 moons. Beautiful,
Nice.
ornate book. The moons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, Guppy, do you want to walk with me and tell me what's been going on? And while I go bandage and help the wounded?
You're not gonna believe this, Shep. It was insane. I killed like 5 guys, throwing them off a cliff.
And I start walking towards helping the people to at least start a little bit of healing that needs to happen. I'm sure that there's wounded.
Yeah, the first wounded that you approach is actually a burn victim. Very badly burned from one of the many fires that were lit by the Red Dragon army.
Well, then in that case, I may use a little bit of healing magic.
Yeah, it's a teenager about 16, 17 years old. Looks like they've got burns mostly on their arms and hands.
So I'll use the healing ability. So that's 3 plus 4, and they're 1 hit dice. So 7, 8 healing with the bandages, and then I'll use a cure wounds to
Yeah.
follow it.
Yeah, I mean, miraculously, with the magical, healing power of Habakkuk, the wounds, the scars, the burns, they fade. Even the redness disappears from the skin as this wounded teenager, parents nearby, kind of doing their best to minister to his wounds. You approach, and they stand back a little bit in awe.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm fully using like my lantern as my spell focus now too. So the beads, the puka shells,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the lantern, they all glow as I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, as you shine the lantern light over the affected areas, the healing light from your lantern, as it reaches out to these areas, it just draws those wounds together, unpuckers the scars, and removes the redness. And this poor afflicted teenager, at least one member of the city of Vogler, is better off for the return of Shep. Absolutely. Parents thank you profusely and praise the name of Habakkuk, thanks to your ministering to this child's wounds. And you...
So anyway, what's been going on?
Like I was saying shit before I was rudely interrupted by that dying person back there.
They would have lived.
Yeah, we beat up the voice of Takesis back there. This was a real touch and go. I went unconscious, and when I almost died, I saw the knees. They're reaching out. Welcome me into their world.
But it's not your time yet.
Almost.
Almost.
Not
well,
yet, but not yet.
move on to the next person.
Yeah, moving from person to person, you see that their wounds range from, grievous and possibly mortal. And those are the ones I assume you focus
Yeah.
your ministrations on
You
the
can do
most.
some triage and pick the ones that are the worst and minister to them first and work
Oh,
my way
this
back.
one. He slashed.
Oh no, we're not gonna do actual triage. Get the tourniquet.
You find that there are none that you aren't able to bring back to some semblance of recovery with your healing abilities, whether that be the magical powers of Habakkuk. Low murmurs are spreading across the fishing vessel that you guys are on right now. It's one of the larger ones. And so there is quite a few people on this vessel in various different portions of the decks. And there's a lot of talk going on right now about the healing magic that's being displayed here. And there's a lot of awe and wonder. And sometimes people come up to you with simple cuts and small bruises, asking for your healing power to be applied to their wounds. It's up to you how you want to handle those individuals, but in a lot of cases, their parents kind of try to catch them before they get too close to you, or approach you and don't bother the shepherd, honey. He's busy saving lives.
No, even children need to be rewarded for the bravery that they've shown, and even small wounds can affect them greatly later. It's fine. They're
Yeah.
okay too.
And so the journey mostly goes. The day goes by, Vogler fades into the distance. The waters of Kalaman the waters of the Vingard River carrying you swiftly towards the city of Kalaman. And at some point, it comes into view. The walled city of Kalaman rises in the distance, spreading across the southern shore of a wide bay. Ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, their courses lit by a pair of towering beacons. On the shore ahead, where the Vingard River meets Kalaman Bay, dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and begun making camp. So you guys are coming down the Vingard River. On the right side of the Vingard River, there's a shoreline, and then it sort of it quickly becomes a sheer cliff face as it approaches the walled portion of the city, and then there's a long, I guess, like breaker, and at the end of that breaker is one of these big beacons, and then that's the beginning of the larger bay that you can see beyond it. Inside of that bay is like the port of Kalaman and another beacon beyond that. But before any of that is reached, these refugees from Vogler start exiting on the shore, parking their vessels and disembarking. You guys are kind of among the last to arrive, since you were one of the last ones to flee the city. You've got Derek Highwater with you on your fishing vessel as well. And when you reach beach and you reach the dock, you kind of find the villagers organizing, counting heads, seeing who survived, who didn't, reuniting separated families, and starting little campfires, just basically trying to immediately, settle in. Humanity has a way of surviving even in the harshest of situations, and simple acts like cooking and, folding your clothing items and checking your stuff and setting up tents can have a lot of cathartic power. And that's kind of what you see as you guys get off on the shore. What would you like to do? City of Kalaman lies before you. All of these refugees and everything are kind of in disarray in front of you.
Well, we need to get to the people that run this place and let them know what's coming.
Yeah, we should definitely bring some of the leadership with us.
I'm surprised they didn't meet us. I'm surprised they didn't meet us while we were coming down the river. I mean, we just showed up with like 400 people.
How many ships? They would have noticed all the ships.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a guy out there with a boogie board. He's just kicking his feet the whole time.
One dude on a plank.
Just a Kalaman.
Anything that floats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you
Jack
were implying
carved
someone
into
was surfing, brother.
No,
Misunderstood
I'm
that.
fairly certain I saw someone selling grog on a tube floating by at one point as well, but sometimes people will do despicable things.
Well, do you think we should take one of these boats into the main harbor and then go through the proper port?
We should definitely bring some of the leadership from the previous town with us.
Oh, the mayor. They made it. I swear we saw her. So anybody else see her right now?
You do spy the mayor. She's talking with Derek Highwater. He kind of peeled off from you guys after disembarking, helped a few of the villagers start a fire, pitch their tents while you were chatting, discussing what to do. Rose, you are reminded of the
Easy.
box.
It's him.
You're reminded of the box that you have.
Yes.
And so you see Derek speaking with Mayor Raven,
Derek.
Derek speaking with Mayor Raven. And yeah, who has the highest perception among you guys? You do?
Passive?
15.
Yeah, highest passive.
13.
Two people you do not see. Lord Bakaris and his son.
We had seen them.
You had seen them. They made it, for sure.
I don't really care about that.
So you don't relay that on.
They
Check.
can go
Understood.
Okay, cool. So
Can you remind me? I know about the box, and I know I swore an oath to deliver or to give the box. Can you remind me specifically what I was supposed to do?
you were just supposed to deliver the box to Derek when.
The time was right, and he was in a safe spot.
Yep.
Spot. Okay,
Mhm.
that's right.
Yep.
Probably one's like that.
Absolutely.
Not like with a bunch of like refugees.
Well, we may be, brother. We
I
may,
don't know. I don't know anything about this box. You didn't tell us, and neither did she. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Derek and Mayor Raven are discussing how to approach the city's leaders. When you walk up on them, they're going back and forth about what the needs of the villagers are and how best to ask for aid and help. Mayor Raven, good. I see that you all made it. I am pleased that you are not dead, and I appreciate your efforts in saving the citizens of our city.
Obviously, the town doesn't know who we are or who these people are or the troubles they've been through. Do you think it's a good idea to advance and initiate conversations with the town before they start bringing armed guards?
I was just discussing this with Derek here, and yes, we believe it is necessary that we reach out to the leaders of Kalaman. There is a city inside the castle of Kalaman. It is the seat of power for this walled city, and inside you will find the governor of Kalaman, and I believe that we must entreat him for his hospitality. And she kind of casts an arm, and you guys can see that even though you're on the shore about, I don't know, 300, 400 yards inside of the shoreline is what could only be described as like a trade camp that is set up outside of the city. Huts, shelters, lean-tos, shacks, and things like this that have been erected outside of the city's walls of Kalaman, where a lot of merchants are running this way and that way. There seems to be a lot of hustle and bustle going on. There's a road that you can see with carts traveling to and fro out of the city into the city. And it looks like there's most likely a gate into the city from that way. And of course, the port lies in the other direction.
Mayor, do you know of anyone in our group that may have had relationships with the mayor or may have had done any trading or has any kind of relationship whatsoever with anyone in this town that may be able to vouch for us?
Well, as you must know by now, Becklin has not returned to us, and as a Knight of Solemnia, she is the only one that I could have suggested assist in this fashion. In her stead, Squire Derek may be of some assistance in this matter, which is why I will insist on sending him with you, so that he can perhaps vouch for your honor and describe the events that occurred in the city of Vogler.
Sounds good.
But he is the best that we have. She claps him on the back. Derek kind of gives her a wan smile, but he's got a lot going on behind his eyes, you can tell. He's been pretty quiet since this whole situation happened. His normally raucous, sort of almost teenager-like attitude has shifted quite a bit since the last time that you guys seen him partying it up at Ispin's funeral, basically. Yeah.
Can I pull him away from the rest of the group?
Absolutely.
Oh my
Yeah.
I'm going to show him my box. Don't be jelly, brother. You've seen it.
You know that your moons are your best quality.
No.
Yeah, we never really got to ask, Shep. How did you even get back here?
One shot.
Mm-hmm.
Checking the one shot.
The dude
A
miraculous.
portal.
Mm-hmm.
He can heal people.
The gods have returned, and so have miracles.
Ask me no questions, I tell you no lies.
He
Guppy.
wields magic that I don't know, brother. He's able to heal wounds and nearly resurrect the
Gregorian
dead.
calendar change.
No, I get it. I get it. I'll find out when I find out.
And Guppy's gonna guppy, so guppy on, guppy, guppy,
Mhm.
guppy, guppy.
How do you
guppy.
materialize
Guppy forth.
one of yourselves from a different multiverse? How does that happen, brother?
Well, you see, I reach inside of myself and I find my other self and I bring him out.
Gotcha. Okay.
This derailment brought to you by the moons of Roger.
No! I'm trying to get my box in front of Derek. That's all.
Fair, fair.
A noble cause.
Oh, it's your box.
This is your
No,
boxing
it's
day,
not my
sir.
box. But if you want, no, never mind.
You would like to speak with me?
We all turn around.
God damn it. Yes, away from my brother and friend.
Of course.
I'm going to
Anything.
pull Derek aside, and I'm going to explain that I have a box for you that I've sworn an oath to give you once we've escaped danger, and we're in the right spot. Here's the box, and I haven't looked inside of it. I haven't opened it. I have no idea what's inside. I was asked to give this to you.
God, Rose looks nervous. Can you tell, Shep?
Rose and Derek walk off to a large driftwood log that sits along the waters of the Vanguard River. You guys take a seat. You explain this to Derek, passing him over the ornate wooden box.
Can we all just go like sit on the side of the dock and dangle our legs over the side and just kind of slow kick, you know?
Yeah.
It's a song you were
This is
working
not
on,
my
right?
fault. This is not my fault.
Yeah, like the sun's like just coming up, you know. and
Yeah.
just, like,
I tried.
Sitting on the
Just
side
coming
of
up over the waters.
kicking
Uh,
over the water.
I hear he's doing HelloFresh. Is that right?
Darrett opens the box. And from the angle that you're sitting at, Rose, you can't actually see what's inside of it at first.
Full stop. What do you mean I'm doing HelloFresh?
No, delivering like HelloFresh the box.
Yeah, we just started that a couple weeks ago. What? Really? Yeah, you're throwing me off. All right.
Real world events
Back
collide
on.
with the D&D. Hey, you know what? Pause. How's that going? What? Let's talk about that first.
You get like 17 free meals or something,
Yeah.
right?
So I have to solo. So solo parenting and trying to cook when you're like making meatballs and having like raw. And he's like,
God.
"Help me build this scientific thing, Papa." And I'm like, "I've got meatball hands, son. I can't."
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Listen, my life has never been easier since HelloFresh came into it.
Oh
Use coupon code.
The instructions are great.
Yeah. Easy to use. The cardboard is biodegradable, from what I understand, and great for the environment. So
Yeah, even the frozen packs that comes with are recyclable. That's actually a very cool thing.
How to get sponsored by HelloFresh.
yeah,
Crash.
we're not sponsored by them yet, but we will.
It looks like it almost looks like Rose is like giving some sort of speech to him.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I
Yeah.
gave a speech.
I wonder if
talked-
I had salt that fish hard enough, I can make its brain explode.
I would. Let's do this. You,
He clearly wanted me to give
you are
Derek the
clearly
box.
blessed
I'm
by
trying
Habakkuk,
to
chosen by
progress.
Bronchalo. You can do this.
Is that what we're doing? We're just derailing? Is that? I'm sorry. All right,
We have
everybody,
to
let's be
progress
quiet, let
Derek's
this happen.
story so that when Derek goes into the town, he's a full-fledged knight. Because what the box is, it's his
I was
knighthood.
bringing it back.
So you guys are
Don't
completely
give it
fucking
up.
this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this before we get to town.
So
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to help you.
the box scene is over, right? Roge is back, and he's like, "Thanks a lot, assholes. I was trying to give him the box and give him his knighthood."
Whoa, I made that up. Hold on.
And what you actually see is Darrett coming out from inside of one of the tents that were set up, this time fully clad in his Salamnic plate mail armor. And it's old armor. It's definitely from one of the older families of Salamnic knights.
So you're saying I opened my box to him and he gained his knighthood.
Exactly. Yeah, he is a child no longer
Got
since
it. Check.
Roge presented
Right.
his ornate wooden box. Had to blow the dust off it,
Where
but it's
am I
no
right
big
now?
deal.
That's true. Didn't get any play from the dwarf.
Yeah.
So now I'm
sir.
hitting on
Maybe you
young
should have
kids.
fought harder to keep her alive.
Yes, sir. I hear dwarves admire persistence.
Sorry.
Sorry to take that moment.
Darrett comes out of the tent with
I
really
honestly had
no words spoken. He just claps you on the back, Roge, looks you in the eye, and just gives you a nod and says, "Shall we proceed to the city?" Okay. So the route that he chooses to take,
Does he wear it better than me?
it looks like it fits on him, definitely. He wears it like a knight.
Quick pause.
Yeah. Whispers.
A smaller Kender arrives
Yeah.
and then disappears into the shadows.
Let me know when the show's over.
Funny part in the movie?
Yeah.
Nice.
Had to share it.
Yeah. Statues of Titanic soldiers line Kalaman city walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against defenses that withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures lines the road to the city's nearest gate, which you guys are walking down that road right now towards the gate, where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter. So you guys approach these gates, and a soldier stands guard. Halt! You can be right back.
These are not the villagers you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. We might be the villagers.
Before we come back up, we're just like, man, that's some pretty great armor you've got there, Darrett.
Thank you, Guppy. It was a gift from Becklin. She saw fit to gift it to me. sees something in me that I do not see in myself, but hopefully I can live up to its name and honor.
No, I mean, you did great in that battle back there. You killed how many of those Dragon Knights?
I I assisted many villagers in escaping to the fishing vessels. I do not know that I was able to kill any.
That's crazy because we killed a lot out there.
And I am thankful for your efforts. It is not a competition, Guppy. Honor is one's life, not one's objective.
No, I just remember you talking all that mad shite before we got, out of the forest there. We were cowards for holding that line.
The anxious ramblings of one who does not know better. I apologize for my rash behavior, and I will strive to do better from now on.
Did you notice, brother, the flask is no longer on his hip?
You know what? I'm sorry, for calling you boy in the forest.
Oh shit, my brother apologized. You should be honored, friend.
No apology is necessary, for I acted the boy. But I accept it nonetheless. Perhaps I have something to learn from you after all, Guppy. Perhaps we have something to learn from each other, no?
Yes, totally. Yes. I think I can learn something from you.
Indeed.
You know, the finest piece of armor you're wearing, Derek, is your honor, and you wear it well.
Spoken like a true knight shepherd. Perhaps you are in the wrong profession, huh? He nudges you.
Well, Habakkuk blesses us all.
Indeed, he does. Even the orders of knighthood. Perhaps I will take him as my patron, in honor of you, and the miracles that he has done here.
Well, now who needs to be humble? Just you are a good kid.
Thank you.
You're going to be an even better man.
Thank you, shepherd. Hail, he says to the guardsmen at the city gates. Greetings. What business do you have in the city of Kalaman? A guard in blue and gold livery says to the 4 or 5 of you.
You want me to do the talking?
Well, I was hoping the new knight would, but you're up.
Yeah.
As long as you don't say your mom.
Push Crash forward.
please.
Greetings, hello. We are emissaries of the, what do you call people that are leaving a bad situation?
Refugees.
Refugees.
That's right. We're like the leaders of those refugees over there, and we need to talk about how to help everybody from Vogler. And there's other stuff that I can't say out loud right here. So please let us in so we can talk to your management?
Mayor.
Mayor?
Mayor.
The governor.
Yeah, all those things.
The governor.
Governor.
Sure.
Fantastic. Mind if I just take a quick look-see on your persons to, just take a quick stock of what you're bringing into the city, weapon-wise?
Sure. I got a stick.
Okay.
I got a loot.
Also stick.
Also stick.
Okay.
Got a bunch of red dragon armor, scale mail, and one of them is a splint armor, and it's on my horse. And I've got at least 4 shields and 4 long swords from them.
You look like a Frazetta picture.
We're trying to do some trading.
I've got my battle axe on, 2 hand axes.
There are 2 guards at the gate. The one that's been inspecting your arms and armor takes a look at everything that you have on your war horse, loaded up like a pack horse, walks back over to the other guard at the gate, kind of leans in, whispers a few things to him. They conversate back and forth, and he comes back over and he says, we will allow you entry, but do not present yourself as hostile inside of the city. You will be watched. And Darrett says, thank you. We appreciate your patience with us and these newcomers to your shores. We promise to be as little trouble as we can. And he grunts in approval and swings wide the city gates.
Can I nudge Darrett and ask him if there is a Solemnic keep?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look here. let me do something. I don't really mind if you guys kind of take a look at your phones. I don't have it printed out, so that's just kind
The
of...
town of Kalaman?
My intention is
Yeah.
to nudge him and see if it would be, and kind of ask the group if it would be better off also beseeching the Knights' aid in approaching the town's leadership and just getting their aid in general.
Is there like a garrison of knights here in
Yeah,
the city,
basically.
essentially? There is not.
Okay, so then,
Well, that's not good.
so then no, and then we can move on and just.
Yeah. The armies of Kalaman are...
Yeah, because they're just a boat trip away. I mean, they're just a boat trip away.
You know, we're
That's
not
not
really
good at
supposed to
all.
talk about it outside the gates here when everyone can hear us.
Well, I just asked if there's knights. Keep of knights. That's all I
Let's
asked.
not try and cause panic.
The forces of Kalaman are mainly a enlisted force. The step above mercenaries, they work for the city basically, and they are trained well. They have the history of knighthood. This whole city was once ruled by Salamniks, so many of the people here are sort of martial-minded. But Kalaman itself is a trading town, by and large. I just shared the map of Kalaman in Discord. You guys are coming in from the eastern gate over there, where the map gets a lot of art around the borders and everything.
Fisher's Gate?
Yeah, the Fisher's Gate.
Yeah, all the gates
No,
have
the
names.
Trade Gate. I'm sorry.
So there's Fishers on the east.
I'm sorry, the West.
Warriors.
Okay, west.
Yeah,
Alright, 'cause,
my bad.
There's only two.
The
Oh,
Trade
okay,
Gate.
up there towards
Okay,
Vogler, I
alright,
see.
alright.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Derp,
Uh,
derp. Yeah, derp, derp.
So that's the gate that you guys are coming in through. Final destination is Castle Kalaman at the center of the city, basically.
It's good defense.
Oh, it's been a nice little hill there.
There's the
Yeah.
harbor.
Yeah. And so now you can kind of see what I was talking about, how the shoreline turns into sheer cliffs along the wall with
Did we
the
take a boat
beacon.
into the harbor? You're saying now that we're going into the gate.
Yeah, you did not take a
Okay.
boat into the harbor. Derek just started marching off towards the road,
Okay. I guess we gotta follow him.
and you guys just kind of followed him.
Okay, no problem.
So after making your way through the trade gate, you start passing through the city of Kalaman. It's alive. It's a big city. Not quite as big as Palanthus, the city that you all grew up in or spent some time in and are used to, but it's big, and it gives you the same vibes. There's trade, there are people. Clothing is strung up in between alleys on strings while it dries. Kids run to and fro. Wagons travel this way and that way. It seems like life is as normal as can be in the city of Kalaman as you guys make your way inside at the dawning of this new day, which, by the way, you guys did get the benefits of a long rest, everybody.
Oh, okay. That
feels so good.
Yeah.
It took an entire night to travel here, so you're all
I just
good.
figured you'd be like, you get one level of exhaustion, but oh, sorry, no,
Yeah.
teacher.
I'd like to perform something on a short or long rest.
Yeah, whatever you got, man.
Can I put his locks inside his shoes? Would you like that?
Locks?
Your skeleton keys. Your
Oh,
Lock
my
picks?
tools?
Oh.
Like hide them in my shoes?
Yeah, I can make a little slot for him.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess let's roll a
Cobbler check.
cobbler check.
Fuck yeah. I don't add anything to it.
You don't get to add your proficiency to it or anything.
Really.
should,
Just a 12.
right?
What are you not proficient in cobbler's tools?
No, I'm proficient. It's just that it doesn't there's no do a cobbler's check on the.
No, if you
Xanathar
use the tools you're
guide.
proficient with, you get proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get proficiency.
Okay, so it'd just be 2. So 14.
So 14. So, Kresh.
If it appears as though that's not enough, I can help him. But
Well, basically, whatever he rolls is how hard it's going to be for somebody to find them
Oh, cool.
if they are looking
14's not bad.
for your stuff.
Sure.
So, if you want to keep your lockpicks hidden from somebody, they need to roll a 14 to find them.
Awesome.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. Next time, maybe I can put a dagger in it. And you could just stab somebody in the knee.
Ooh, stabbing is very violent. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Be like that ocarina. The cocarina.
Oh, the
blood.
weapon. Yeah, I stabbed somebody with a coconut.
Put the knife in the coconut. Okay.
This is the episode of Off Rails.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, this is
Wait.
great.
We switched to Sundays, everybody. So it's like the end of the week for us now, and not the middle of the week anymore. So
It's
we're
the
all
beginning now.
a little looser on the edges tonight. So bear with us. But you guys come into the city, and Roj, you feel like a vibration at your hip. A low sort of like the buzzing of like a beehive is kind of, and you reach into your pack, it looks like, or you move it to the front of you.
I reach into my pack and pull out the
yeah.
object. I do not.
I want you to have a fanny pack so bad now.
I think you do.
It's a spell pouch, man.
Yeah.
It's a spell pouch.
Call it what you want.
Yeah.
It's not.
okay.
It's not a fanny pack. It's a spell pouch.
Component
Spell
pouch.
satchel.
That's right.
Yeah, a spell satchel. Reaching into your spell satchel,
Damn it.
you
Satchel bag.
recover the scroll that you were given way back before all of this started at that mysterious testing ground that appeared where you met the mage and you were asked to deliver a scroll to a mage by the name of Waihan in the city of Kalaman. You were given orders strictly not to open it under any circumstances. It appears that you obeyed those orders.
God, I even had it.
The buzzing continues, and it seems to have like it ebbs and wanes as you're traveling through the city. In some,
When I move in a certain direction, it gets stronger.
Yeah.
If I move into a different direction, it gets weaker. So it's basically leading me to an endpoint.
exactly,
That's a +2 on my intelligence. Intelligence 18 gets
Yeah.
you far.
gets you far. So with that having been said, it seems like the destination right now is the Castle Kalaman. There may be time later to explore the city, but this buzzing continues as you make your way throughout the city the whole time. Nobody else can seem to hear it or feel it. It just seems to be pretty localized to you. And you guys pretty quickly come upon the walls of Castle Kalaman and the age-old fortress. It rises atop rugged cliffs, visible pretty much from anywhere within the city walls, and even for miles beyond. It sits high in the center of the city of Kalaman. The city's governor dwells within the castle, and there is also a ruling council. So you've got the governor and a ruling council that makes decisions along with the governor. And you've also heard rumors that the guild masters hold some sway here as well, with the council and by extension with the governor. It kind of serves as the headquarters for the military and so on and so forth. As you approach the castle, even if the imposing Castle Kalaman didn't stand atop 100-foot cliffs, it would still tower over every other structure in the city. The path to it rises up the cliffside, overlooked by gigantic statues matching those that line the city walls. At the path's end, guards stand before an open gate. How would you like to approach the castle?
Looks like this is the place.
This is the place. Darrett seems to be deferring at the moment to your guys' lead. He's hanging back with you, Roj, mostly, just looking knightly. So it looks like it's on you guys to lead this charge.
Okay.
We still have the mayor, though, with us, too, right?
The mayor did not come. She remained at the city to organize the refugees.
Oh.
Okay. So we just go through the front gate and introduce ourselves.
Okay. Halt! State your business.
Ah. Okay. Greetings. I'm Crescendo, and we are here on important business from the people of Vogler, who are here as refugees. We need to speak to the governor about how we can help your city.
Vogler, isn't that the fishing village just upriver a ways?
Yep.
Was.
We
Was.
didn't talk about that yet.
But we're at the keep.
You have any family in Vogler?
Just wait, guys.
I don't. Carrie, you got any family in? No, I don't.
We need.
Well, you don't anymore.
We must stress the importance of us visiting.
How about we just let him answer it and just let us in before we. So we do have important business that we need to discuss with the guy.
Striding out of the city gates is a familiar figure to you. Coming out with an arrogant smile, it's Bakaris the Younger.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No needs, lads. I've got this in hand. Gentlemen, pleasure to see you all. The obvious lie leaves his lips. My father has matters well in hand. We'll be sure to send for you and the other fish folk. Once we've determined what's best for them, you are free to run along now. Explore the city. I hear that there are several fine taverns and inns. It's the place that you sort likes to inhabit, is it not? Anyway, cheerio, gentlemen. I'll be heading back inside now. Bye-bye. And he goes to leave and dismisses you all.
Okay. So as soon as he's gone, I look at the guard and be like, "That guy's a total dick."
As-
So we're actually here on other business. He thinks he's way more important because he's a noble. You know what I mean?
He does hear you say this. As
Well, I thought he was left.
No, he turns to leave. And he starts walking
No,
towards
he
it.
said he waits till
And-
we leave.
and-
literally
okay,
said that.
okay,
he
well,
Wait for him to leave. Then I turn to
as
the
he
guard and
passes
say,
by the guards, as he's leaving and makes his way inside, he does not hear you say this, but he does lean in and say something to the guards.
They'll say anything to get in.
We've been instructed that it's best if you let the leaders of Vogler take care of this.
Right.
Lord
We've
Bakaris.
been sent here by the leaders. Okay. No. Okay, we're live streaming, but you can't just come and throw questions at me. Thank you. So what I was saying, so we're actually sent by the leaders of Vogler. They are not the leaders of Vogler. They are just some noble family that lives there.
In my experience, nobles tend to be the leaders.
Oh, cool.
We're nobles. We're House Grimwolf.
Oh, we also have the last knight of Vogler with us.
Hey,
Yeah, we have a Solemnic Knight with us as well.
I've heard of
Oh, and a
House
religious
Vogler.
leader.
One of the guards leans
three.
into the others.
3 nobles.
Derek leans in. Rose, I am not a noble.
You are now. Look at your armor. Only nobles have that armor.
Not all knights are nobles. I
But anyway,
but all
what
knights
I
can
was
be
saying is
noble.
true.
Just
We are
act
we are
noble.
sent by the mayor of Vogler. That those people are not the mayors. They are not the leaders. They are here to negotiate for whatever money and riches they can exploit. They are bad people.
I mean, look at all this stuff we brought.
just give me a persuasion check.
to show
+8.
Do it.
Ooh, that's a lot. 25.
them. Oh,
We're going in.
After some conversation and with the assistance of the notoriety of House Grimwolf, which is a very well-known house in the city of Palanthas, the guards are convinced
That Grimwolf.
that the best thing for them to do, because this is above their pay grade, is to ask you all to check your weapons, and they will allow you inside of the castle and let the governor and the council sort this mess out because it's not for them to figure out, basically. So you are asked to surrender your weapons, including your spell components.
You wouldn't deny a young Kinder his walking stick.
I feel like we've heard that one before, Gary. If you must have your walking stick, Kender, then you can keep it. But just know that this castle is filled with armed guards.
Yeah.
Don't get up to any trouble.
If you want, you can have all my rocks.
The city of Kalaman is known for its tolerance to the little folks such as yourselves. We try not to treat you like the vermin that some other places do. So don't spoil that.
Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you. Let's go.
You guys head inside. You make your way into the
I
castle
was
of
waiting to
Kalaman.
hear each one of you guys give one of those reasons.
Another guard meets you inside. This one not as heavily armed and armored, just wearing the house livery of
So
the...
we all gave up our sticks then? Is that what we just?
Walking sticks aren't weapons.
I'll give mine up.
Yeah, yours is clearly arcane. They definitely want yours.
I got lots of stuff I can cast without that. So.
This is just a flagpole. Like all of a sudden you see the flag fall down a little bit and like there's a big ass pike sticking out the top.
Yeah, definitely. They make you surrender your weapons, Guppy. They offer to stable your warhorse at the stables.
The 2 war horses.
The 2 warhorses at the castle. Shep, they take a look at you.
Quarterstaff and mace? Sure. you can have those.
They do ask for your mace. They don't ask for your staff, your walking staff.
Oh, that's good, because I'm in need of a walking stick, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need
I
anything.
mean, you're burned
I'm
up
a
head to
weapon.
toe.
I mean, you know,
Uh,
the healing skills were good. I'm not.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. A guard meets you inside, explains that he will escort you into the council chambers. Who shall I introduce you as?
What are we going by now? The Band of the River's Bend?
No, the champions of the River's Bend.
Champions of the River's Bend.
The champions of the River's Bend.
It's
Oh,
it's
companions.
change every week.
Companions.
The companions of the River's Bend.
Yes, the companions.
And we
And
will
we are
We'll
also
have
Instead
another
of
one
sold
in
next
2 weeks
week.
from now.
the saviors of the people of Vogler.
Ooh, and we stopped the. And we also stopped the Firebrand Island incident.
He
No, no, no,
pulls
it's
out a
not.
little
No, no, no,
notepad.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
That one gave us a bit of a stink.
He takes down some notes.
We did save a lot of people, though.
Companions of the River's Bend.
Yes.
They
Stinky
turned back
boys
the Crimson
from
Tide.
Vogler.
Saviors of the people of Vogler,
Yes.
but not the city.
Yes, that's important business that we must discuss.
Indeed. Okay, so the people of Vogler are hail and well.
Oh, yes.
The city, not so much.
We don't. It's fine. I'm sure it's
Okay.
fine.
He.
This is
Do
gonna
you,
be
do
a
you want me to
good
tell you
talk.
and then you tell them, or do you want me just to...
No. I'm just simply curious. That's
Okay.
all.
If you want, you can just step in when we're talking and you can hear us talking.
Oh no. It's not my
Voice
job.
pieces
uh,
of refugees is never good news to start a conversation.
So he leads you up to a large, ornate door and throws it open. 8 serious-looking people sit around a broad table in the middle of a spacious hall. At the table's end, a tall man with plaited blonde hair and a velvet vest of blue and gold stands, looks. The guard walks in. Behold, the companions of the River's Bend, saviors of the people of Vogler, here to attend the council meeting. And you also see Lord Baccharis among these members in what looked to be intimate talks with a few of the council members. The man who stood looking in your direction, welcome guests, I am Governor Kalof Miat. Your leader has briefed us on the situation in Vogler, his bold defense and his eagerness to strike back against these invaders. As Miat says this, he nods to a man near him, Lord Baccharis, who glares at your intrusion. Tell us, the governor continues, are your people still preparing for battle?
I feel like we should start over fresh. First off, what's his name? Beckling? No, what's those? What the rich guy?
They're called Baccharis.
Baccharis? They're not
They're the
actually the
Baccharis.
leaders of Vogler. The mayor is still the leader.
Foul lies!
Yeah, so he's trying to lie to you. Do you want me to cast a zone of... No, I'm just kidding. No, so anyway, I think we do need to start fresh because the lies that he's told you have maybe tainted the situation. Am I free to speak freely of the threats that are arriving shortly?
Baccharis has told us of the threats of the the Red Dragon Army. You can kind of detect this man's accent deep under his gruff voice, but it's tough to detect. He's told us of these threats. The Red Dragon Army, they swarmed over the village of Vogler.
Yes, thousands of soldiers, yes. Not too far from here.
Not just soldiers, but creatures.
Creatures, unlike you've probably ever seen. Scaly skin.
Things I've never seen in any of the books I've ever studied in wizardry. The creatures that have not existed.
You are a wizard, then, belonging to which order?
Well, I'm hoping to become a white mage. I'm on the path.
A noble endeavor indeed. We could use you in our ranks.
I would be glad to serve.
That could be arranged.
So we were able to rescue as many as we could through our valiant efforts of fighting back the army as they entered the city. But now we have a lot of refugees on the shores just outside of your town. And so we are here as emissaries to try and see what can be done.
Bakaris speaks up. Fighting back, yes! That is exactly what we plan to do. We, even now, are rallying the forces, Governor, of the people of Vogler to strike back against these Red Dragon Army miscreants, and with the help of the city of Kalaman, and as we have been discussing, a generous donation of money and forces, we can retake it with me as its head.
So you're going to lead the women and children that we brought with us? Because that's pretty much all we got.
The fishermen and fisherwomen. Those people?
We have no soldiers.
But that is why I am here, entreating the help of the brave soldiers of Kalaman. It's
How
difficult
much
for
does
me
it
to
cost
understand how you
equip
don't
one
understand
knight?
this.
Because that would be the size of the entire army. You know what? I think I may have it right here. And you can go out there and do that all you need to. But we need to seriously talk about what we're going to do to help these refugees and save your town.
Well, tell me more, the governor says, about
Addressing
these
directly
invaders.
to the governor, I will say, if you notice, the only thing that person is interested in is a donation. And he won't say 6 words without bringing money up, because that's all he's interested in. The truth is, we don't have many soldiers. Most of them stayed behind to allow us to evacuate. Mostly women and children, and we are in dire straits.
We're not even a part of this town. We're just four adventurers. We're just trying to help the people of this village that got kicked out. Like, we have nothing to gain. We have no wants other than to make sure that these people get the care they need.
Yeah, 2 days ago, we left prison, and brother, give me the silent sign.
Bakaris says, it is true, Governor. They are former prisoners.
And that place is probably wiped off the map. We saw the smoke, right?
Shortly after you left the prison, it was wiped off the map. Perhaps you were not freed at all. Perhaps you escaped and burned it in your wake. Yes.
You would like that,
I see the story now and how it unfolds.
I do believe I still have my official pardon papers.
Yes, we do. More lies
so
and vitriol out of your mouth. Can you please just be
it's
quiet
okay.
for a minute and let us talk to the adults here?
There were several knights stationed there at the time. They were heading south to go meet this threat.
Right. The bottom line is your city is not safe. These walls will not save you. There are 1,000 monsters heading your way right now.
A well-armored individual steps out from in the midst of the other council members, introduces himself. Greetings. I am Marshal Vendry, and I am in charge of the forces of Kalaman. And, Kender, while I appreciate the dire nature of your warning, the walls of Kalaman have never fallen. And, based on what you have told me so far, these forces, no doubt, were strong enough to overwhelm a simple fishing village. But against the strong walls of Kalaman? You must tell me more in order to understand, because it does not seem as though this is a threat that would be of any import to
Let
us.
us tell you everything we know of these creatures, and perhaps that will change your mind.
Tell me.
5 years ago. We start weaving the tale of everything that we've gone through.
Rose, can you break it down, buddy?
They can fly,
They
and
can
they had a dragon with them.
A dragon.
Yes.
It's made of metal.
They
No.
all kind of look back and forth against each other. Dragons, while terrible in the stories that I have read, are a myth. Surely, as a wizard, you must know this. No dragon has been seen on Crane for well over 300 years, if one was ever even seen then.
You're going to, I mean, we've all seen them. Are you going to call the Solamnic Knight a liar? Because he was there too, as well as 400 other witnesses who all saw the dragon.
Yes, you, back there, what is your name? My name is Tywater, and I served under the knighthood of Bekon Uth Viharen. I must tell you, Marshal, that what these four speak of is true. There are forces arrayed against us that their might may be enough to break the walls of Kalaman. And if they do not break the walls, they will simply fly over them.
As they did in Vogler.
The governor frowns. This is all dire news. My heart goes out to your friends and families, but I hope that you can understand our reticence to welcome you all through our city gates. These aren't normal times, are they, Marshal? And the Marshal nods and says, I am afraid this situation is far from unique, Governor. What I can say is that some of what you tell me resonates with reports that I have been getting. There are small villages and farms to the south and east that have been burned in recent weeks, but we chalk this up to rovers, bandits, well-organized mercenaries. Vogler is the first and largest community to be attacked.
Something you may not know is when these creatures die, they don't leave a body. There's very little evidence of their comings and goings in battle.
They explode into a poisonous gas. It's really horrible.
We have not heard this. We have sent out patrols to investigate these bandits and rovers. None have returned. We've
Slash, don't stab.
found their
Slash, don't
bodies cut down, in some cases with strange wounds. What you say,
We came across a party of wiped out knights. You guys didn't send that party out, did you?
we do not have a garrison of knights here in the city, no, so that would not have been us.
Okay. Yes, brother?
Oh, I'm just realizing the noble's probably dead. The one we ran into earlier that could have helped us.
Do you perhaps have
Three
any
knights do not make
proof
a garrison.
of what it is you are explaining to us? Anything that could bolster your case or as evidence that this is a force,
We
not
have
Just go send some people down to talk to the 400 witnesses
Oh, or all,
someone's got weapons and armor
Yeah.
from the invading army.
with the insignia of the Red Dragon.
insignia? What could you describe this for me?
No, can you ask one of the guards just to go grab some of the armor, and you could describe. We could visually see it in front of everybody.
Indeed. And we will send a guard for just that. If that is all, we will send the guards for your proof. We will examine it behind closed doors for the time being. We do ask that you step outside while we discuss this information, and we will reach back out to you shortly. Perhaps stay inside of the castle for the time being.
You should be aware that the invading army did pay off people in Vogler to aid them before they attacked. They had the aids of the local mercenaries before they attacked. So you may have them already in your town working against you and may not even know.
Almost like they had someone in the inside.
Mike Hender,
Pointing at that jerk face.
Shouldn't we make it?
Bakaris glares at you,
Passive
Yeah, you.
aggressive roll.
Don't trust you.
but
Can I make one thing? We should probably bring in all those people from outside. Like, find some place for them here. Because they don't have anywhere to go. They can't go back to Vogler. There's a raving band of crazy monsters out there.
And you only have about 2 days till they're at your doorstep, so you may want to send for help.
And we understand that it would be a burden on the city, but they're craftsmen, they're fishermen, they're bakers, they're people who are going to help you prepare.
Yes, you need to start preparing for a siege as soon as possible. And many hands make for light
or
work.
whatever, but they'll help. They're not. Just keep that in mind.
One of the guild members steps forward, a dwarf actually. They are empty bellies, and while I sympathize with your situation, burdens nonetheless. The city of Kalaman does not run a charitable organization here. We're a city of merchants, and we understand where you're coming from, but we can't just offer our gold and our patronship lightly. We will bring these matters under advisement.
You're still thinking of this all wrong. Pretty soon there won't be cities. There will only be this army and everyone else. The more bodies you have to defend your city, the better.
Doom and gloom from a kender. Never thought I'd see the day.
Thus making it oh so true then. So anyway, deliberate all you wish. We've done our job.
The guards are summoned back in. They escort the 4 of you out. Lord Baccharis is not asked to leave. The doors close behind you. He remains inside of the chambers with the other leaders of the city, and you guys are shuffled off to an antechamber, offered water, bread, cheese, and you have some time to discuss if you would like. Otherwise, after about a half an hour passes, the doors to the antechamber open, the guards shuffle you back into the council chamber, and Governor Miat stands up and in a decisive tone, the citizens of Kalaman are prepared to offer your people shelter in the neighborhoods outside the city walls. The protection of our soldiers and, while we can spare it, food from our tables. He folds his hands and fixes his eyes upon each of you in turn. There is a condition, though. And he begins to explain a few different things. Obviously, the council members are concerned about the threat posed by the enemy that attacked the city of Vogler. They really have no information about the nature of this foe beyond what it is that you've told them, how big the actual forces are, whether the force that you fought against is the only part of the army that there is. They seem to be making a concerted effort and attack against different parts of the region, not just coming from one direction. So, because of your experience, having not only fought but survived this foe, they are basically asking for your help in return for protecting the people of Vogler. The governor wants you all and Darrett to report to Marshal Vendry as sort of special operatives in the Kalaman military to try and understand the greater nature of this threat, this foe, and just exactly what is about to face the city of Kalaman.
You might be the first kinder knight ever after.
Can we pull aside and
Nice.
talk? Or we just have to say yes or no right up front?
You may discuss this. This is a large task that we are asking you to undertake.
So we're not in charge of these people. We're not their leadership. We're not part of this town. We're our own deal. Like, they need to discuss what they're going to discuss with the mayor and work that on their own. But I think we're obligated to step in and help in the way that they're asking regardless.
I agree, Roche.
Who are you?
Darrett says.
That really sounds like where we're supposed to be.
Let them initiate discussions with the mayor
Wear
of
your honor
Vogler.
on your sleeve, Guppy. What are you thinking?
Listen, we were paid for one job and one job only, is to get this kid up here, up into this, sorry, Derek, this night,
This is
almost night.
This is a
sorry.
trade town. These people are rich. They're going to pay us for our service. There's going to be money and honor for our family name by helping them, regardless of what they do with the townsfolk of Vogler. Our hands, we've done the most we can with them. Let the mayor, their leader.
I say we close the book on one of these first before we jump into another one.
There you go. We're done with Vogler. We've closed the book. Now we're.
The marshal does interrupt briefly upon hearing the word paid and money a few times.
Oh, yeah.
There are benefits to be had.
I'm very well
If you
versed in this
accept this position, you will become esquires of the city of Kalaman. You will be each paid 5 gold per week.
You do have
And
the health program of Kinder Permanente, yes.
additionally, you will receive free lodging at the castle Kalaman. You may come and go as you please from the castle. You will be considered agents of the city of Kalaman, and you will be provided a certain rank, greater than a soldier, lower than a commander,
Wow.
but you will have some special privileges among the city here.
Is there a patch that I can put on my armor?
All I'm saying.
Now that you mention it, Kender, indeed.
Yes.
Although it's not a patch, and she reaches into a pouch and she pulls out 4 palm-sized emblems with the blue and gold symbol of Kalaman etched into its face. She explains that this is a symbol akin to a lieutenancy.
All I'm saying
Does
is
it come with a gun?
we've met our honors due. We've done what we were supposed to do. We're honor bound to do, but we've only known this town for what, a couple days, a week. Like, we cannot speak for them. They need to do their dealings with the mayor and leave us out of it. They're not our people. We've stood by them and stood up for them. It's time to take the next step in stopping this threat and aligning ourselves with a power that actually has military force. That's all. That's my 2 cents.
I agree with
Opening for
I
discussion.
would agree with you. I think we've been a good advocate for the city that we have helped protect. And I think that our purpose is with that greater movement.
So you're all in agreement here. Okay.
If your only issue is whether or not you get paid or not,
It wasn't the pay. It isn't always the money with me. I'm just thinking long term here. What if Kalaman goes up? No offense. What if Kalaman goes up in flames? Are we gonna escape from that too with another 1,000 people?
If
But-
it comes to that.
Better this trade city, this mercantile city, than 400 villagers. We really have done everything that we could have done to save these people, and now this is an opportunity to fight a greater threat.
let's just make sure that the citizens settle on the side of the city that's on the opposite side of the oncoming army. At least that.
Yeah, they said there were reports from the east, southeast as well. I don't know if they got those directions wrong or something, but
Maybe.
because Vogler's west, and that guy said southeast, so they're getting attacked all over the place.
The Kender speaks true. I heard the marshal speak this but moments ago. Derek confirms.
Right?
So yeah, they're totally dead if they get attacked. Maybe they'll open up the gates before the army gets there.
Oh my God, Barkaris will just welcome them right in.
God, that guy.
It's easier to work from within than be on the outside and trying to change the flow.
All right, but before we get sidetracked with another crazy adventure,
We're adventurers, brother. It's what we do.
I say that we at least finish this first one. Go to that bank and go and clear our names.
I don't know why we need to. You told everyone we've been in jail and we're basically convicts. Trying to convince a bunch of nobles.
Not to mention start a panic outside the gates, dude. You gotta be careful.
Listen, I don't have a lot of charisma here.
Oh.
If it doesn't happen, at least I think we should drink
time for
anytime
a
John drops his mic receiver. Yeah. Well, some of us have to drive home. Never mind. It's-
It didn't happen last game. It would only be once. Okay? I'm sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
So yeah, we'll take a quick break here in just a moment. Let's. It sounds like we have an agreement to
Yeah.
work with the city of Kalaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our party does, but I feel like I want to stress that we cannot speak for the village. The mayor needs to initiate. We need to pull ourselves out
Actually,
of that.
you have been given leave to speak for the city by the mayor.
He doesn't want it, but
Well,
we
no,
did that.
Yeah.
We did that. We were successful.
Yeah, yeah,
and now
yeah.
we're agents of
Yeah.
Kalaman.
Nope.
Which is
Okay.
pretty solid, guys.
Mm-hmm.
First kinder night.
We'll talk later.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually lots of kids nights.
Technically not the first, but yeah.
We will
In our
raise
campaign.
You
Yes.
can raise a kingdom, and then you can knight your first knight, and it will be a kender. We can be a healer's kingdom, a kingdom of ruled by. No, wait, no, that's bad. No, let's not do that. The last time was the mountain and the wiping out of people. Never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah.
No king leaders. No king priests.
We've
Never mind.
we've had a holy
Check out our
kingdom
one-shot.
before. Didn't end well for Ansel.
Mountain landing on it.
Yeah.
No king priests. Check.
Okay, so we're gonna take a break.
Real quick, you guys confirm? Yeah. Hey, we're gonna help out. We're gonna do this thing.
Yeah, we'll gladly do this.
The marshal is thankful. The governor and the council members go back to their discussion. Lord Baccharis seeming to be far more entrenched than the rest of you would probably like for him to be already among some of the guild members. And Marshal Vendry says, perfect. As soon as you guys are ready for your first assignment, just come back to the castle and see me. Until then, feel free to head back to the people of Vogler, explain what's happening. You see her issue some orders to some guards in front of you to get some supplies together, to get some soldiers together, to go out and protect the people of Vogler within hours. There will be a force to protect your people and food for all. And the city of Kalaman will be here for the people of Vogler in their time of need. When you are ready, perhaps on the morrow, you may return to me and I will have the details of your first mission by then. Until then, enjoy the city.
Thank you. We will.
And if you need a place to lay your heads tonight, you may return to the castle and sleep here if you do not wish to sleep elsewhere, although there are many fine inns within the city.
All right.
Okay.
But don't be afraid if I'm like sleeping under a bench or something.
I would not. I would not do so.
You're just gonna wake up in the morning. And see it.
So did they they're sending someone out immediately out to the Vogler citizens?
It may take a few hours, Roche, to organize the soldiers and the supplies, but we will be moving as quickly as we can. Yes, indeed.
I'm wondering if we could pay a messenger. Just
yeah.
Toss a coin, just let them know what's going on.
Darrett is willing to go be the messenger.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a 5-ish minute break, and we'll be back to explore the city of Kalaman when we return.
Sweet.
Welcome back to Chronicles of the Coast, everybody. If you're still with us, we have started the portion of this journey that revolves around the city of Kalaman on the Salamnic continent. Our player characters have escaped the carnage of the city of Vogler, led the refugees to the shores of safety along the riverbanks of the Vingard River and the Bay of Kalaman. They have made entreaties with the governor and council members of the city of Kalaman to protect the citizens of Vogler from the incoming horde of Red Dragon army that could be at the city's gates and walls any day, any minute, any hour. We do not know. And because we do not know, the council members of Kalaman have hired the player characters to go out, sally forth, and find out just exactly what the nature of this threat is. How big is the army? Is it a concerted effort? Is it organized? Are there really dragons? Is any of this real? Does any of it matter? Or are they fine sheltering behind the city walls of the great city of Kalaman that has never yet before fallen to an invading army? So it is with that we now find our player characters relieved of their current duties and free to explore the city of Kalaman, a bustling port city along the Vingard River set in the crook of the Bay of Kalaman. A few loose ends to tie up from previous story plots. So walking out of the castle gates of the castle Kalaman, you guys are free to explore the city as you choose. There's a map of it in your Discord. You're free to take a look at that.
I think our first objective was to go to the bank and clear our names.
yes, I would appreciate it if we could go to the bank, clear our names, and also get Darren his fortune.
Yeah.
We did send Darrett off to do an errand. I wonder if he's back.
He's not back.
Oh, well, we can look at our box.
He
With the
is
key.
not back.
I thought, yes, we should definitely check our box.
Yeah. Where is the... So we go to the bank.
Cool. Open next to me
You
here.
don't want this half of the show to be brought to you by HelloFresh as
I'm
well.
trying to like. Not to I've derailed a lot tonight, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be the train on Thomas, and not an Edward.
You want to be a useful engine?
I do. I want to be a Thomas.
I don't know.
and not an
Edward's okay. It's actually the troublesome trucks that you don't want to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be the troublesome trucks. Or
Just because they're a different species.
It's just a bunch of
or the
trucks.
diesel. What's the diesel's name? He's a grumpy guy too.
Yeah, the mean diesel.
I thought I was saying the diesel. It's not Edward. Who's the diesel? That's why I don't want to be the diesel. No one wants to be the diesel.
Yeah. The troublesome trucks. They're always causing trouble.
So the city of Kalaman is essentially laid out concentrically around the castle. So you've got the castle, and then there's just rings of roads that kind of concentrically go out around it, and then there's spokes that extend in the rings towards the city walls. So the bank that you guys are looking for is called the Sovereign Trust Bank. It is not too far from the Castle Kalaman, as most of the sort of financial district is pretty close to the castle. The first inner ring is where you can find a lot of the banks, money-changing establishments, places of that nature, and a lot of the finer restaurants, the finer inns can be found closer to the Castle of Kalaman, the first two concentric rings. As you get farther out towards the city walls, you get more towards the middle class, povertous areas. Of course, the wharf is, kind of the poorest part of the city. There are pockets of wealth here and there in various different districts throughout the city, but the bank that you're looking for is only about a 10-minute walk from the Castle Kalaman proper. So you make your way there. It is a old building constructed in the Salamnic style with pillars supporting an open face, large marble columns and marble tiles line the floors and walkways. It's a pretty fancy bank on the inside, largely run by humans and dwarves. Most of the inhabitants of the city of Kalaman are either hill dwarves or humans. You see the odd or occasional elf here and there as you walk by. Not many of the more exotic races. You do see a couple of individuals that look like Nimue from the town of Vogler, but with different elemental themes to them. And anything more exotic than that, you haven't really had a chance to lay eyes on yet. Yeah, you guys make your way inside of the bank. It's a typical inside of a bank. Counter tellers behind the counters. What's up, Roche? What you got?
We are here to retrieve an item of ours.
Yeah, you approach one of the tellers.
Oh, I thought I was talking to Tyler. Sorry.
Yeah, and an item.
Yeah, gentlemen, what does the box look like? Whose name was it in?
Oh,
Do you remember?
Hispin Green Shield. He should have left something for us. I'm Guppy Grimwolf, and this is my brother Roche Grimwolf, and these are our companions, our brothers, you might say. And we're here to claim the last will and testaments, of Hispin Green Shield.
Naturally. Do you have a key?
Yes.
May I see it?
We produce a key.
She takes the key.
Yeah, I can't remember if I had it or not.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
she takes a key, looks at it. Lockbox 42, of course.
That was the best deception roll.
Yeah. He hands her nothing. I'll take this key.
I have your key.
Beep, 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 beep. She disappears for a little bit. first 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes go by, then 5, then nearly 10 minutes. You guys are kind of starting to think like, did we
going
come
back
to the
to
right
jail.
bank? Like there is something going wrong. And she comes back with a more official looking person with her, maybe like the manager or something like that. And he comes up to you guys.
Burgars.
I believe you are here for the lockbox of one Ispin Greenshield.
Yes, sir.
I have strict instructions to not allow you into the presence of the lockbox without your release papers, I believe. They will serve as evidence. Do you have those with you?
Yes.
Hey, we just talked
Well,
about
do.
this, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we've got those.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Of course.
Yeah. You guys present your release papers, looking them over, eyeglasses on his nose. Everything seems to be in order. Take them back. He nods to the teller. She does. She brings you back through a huge steel door vault back into a room filled with various different lockboxes. There's a table in the center of it. She points you to the lockbox in question, gives you back your key, and points to a small little cart with some refreshments, various different alcohols and things that are on it. And she says, "Take your time, gentlemen. When you are finished, simply pull that lever, the chain over there, and someone will be here to let you out." And with that, she leaves and closes, not the big vault door, it's just a smaller locked door behind you all. And you hear the click of the lock from the outside as you are now left to your own devices inside of this room.
I pour 4 cups.
I was gonna say. I nudge Crash. What do you think's on the card?
Liquor, of course.
This is Glenn Gooley.
Can we wait for refreshments until after we've gone through the boxes, objects?
Begin
Yeah.
handing you a cup.
They have martini glasses.
Gentlemen, time is short. 19.
19. Yeah,
The
you
key fits into the lock.
the key fits into the lock.
That was
As
the
expected.
best insertion I think I've seen all night.
Jesus
He didn't even look. Did you see that?
You in boxes, bud.
All night long, man.
I know. If I ever
So-
need a box opened, you're the one.
I'm not the guy. I'm
There are a variety of
guy
different
only
sized
now.
lock boxes in here, some small, some larger, some medium. This one does happen to be of the larger variety. And you open it, it opens more like a safe door, like that, and you pull out the box. It's maybe, 18 inches wide and a good 12 inches or so tall, and it's a pretty big box.
You guys.
It's just,
Every time, dude. What do I call it? A crate?
it's a small chest.
A chest. It's a pretty big chest. That's
Cheers
better.
to-
God,
That's
it's not
better.
I like big chests. And I will
That's
not lie.
better.
No,
It's a pretty big trunk. Is that better?
Tonight's show brought to you by the ages
Yeah.
16, 15,
Yeah, tonight's
and
show
12.
brought to you by teenagers.
It's not that big, guys. Come on.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
That's what she said. No time.
There's an extremely large for normal.
We just look and we see Roche, and he's just like bleeding from the nose. He's been standing there for the last like 2 seconds, holding this door.
It's too much.
Okay, now I gotta
box.
say
We
I'm
open the
more
box.
curious about what's in the box.
Who
What's in
is
the,
who
what's
is
it's a dick in the box? Sorry.
who is opening the chest?
Obviously, it's Roche because he put the key in.
Okay. Roche, same key that unlocked the door that housed the chest also fits inside of the chest itself. You open it and you immediately see just a variety of different items. Leather-wrapped books, sheafs of paper, rolled up scrolls, some different signet rings, it's tons of stuff, all kinds of stuff in there. So there's like a small figurine inside, and neatly stacked are like 10 bars of what is clearly like pure steel, probably easily like 20,000 gold pieces, steel pieces worth of steel
Okay.
are stacked.
Someone did so.
Um,
God, it's my job.
And of course, at the very top of it all is a rolled up parchment with the seal of Ispin Green Shield, the oaken green shield that you guys are familiar with seeing from the reading of his will. Yeah. You writing stuff down?
It's 20,000 steel, odds and ends.
Rings and stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff
all
and things.
kinds of different stuff.
Knickknacks, bric-a-brac.
So
Books. Is there anything that looks like it has like an official seal or anything? Like
yeah,
let's
at the very top is like a rolled up scroll with Ispin's.
let's start there.
Okay.
Let's start with this scroll right here, gentlemen, before we get into the treasures. Clink.
Who gets to read
Who's
the letter
reading-
this
who's reading
time?
the letter?
Someone that's not me.
I open it and I'm like, and I turn it toward my brother. It's in Salamnian.
It's in Salamian. Okay, well, I'm going to read it because I didn't have time to print it for you guys.
Okay.
So,
It's like you guys did read the one.
Right.
Well, actually, no.
They made me read it.
It was
They
hot
made you read
potatoed, like.
and I know how much
It
fun
went
you
to
had,
me.
so I'll read this one. To my dearest companions of the River's Bend, if you're reading this letter, it means that I was not able to secure your freedom in person and am likely dead. Although it comes late, I assure you that your release was timely. If you hadn't been granted early dismissal to attend my funeral, your lives would surely have been forfeit. Your actions disrupted their plans on Firebrand Island, but it seems the web of treachery and deceit surrounding your predicament runs far deeper than we initially anticipated. Lords Nellish, Overdane, and Dinsmore, those vipers in noble garb, have plotted a scheme of unfathomable magnitude. Through my tireless efforts over the past 5 years, I have gathered evidence that reveals their true intentions. They sought to install Lord Crown Guard, an ambitious but oblivious pawn, as the Grand Master of the Knights of Salamnia. Little did he know that his ascent would serve as a stepping stone for their insidious control over Palantis. All while collaborating with the dread Red Dragon army through their agent, Nico Salmanazar. Contained in this lockbox is all the evidence you will need to expose their heinous plot and clear the names of the false accusations that have tarnished your reputations. Guard it with your lives, and when the time is right, confide in Becklin. Reveal these contents to her, and she will provide you with a way to deliver them to Lord Guntar Uthwiston. He is an honorable man, standing in opposition to Lord Crown Guard. With this proof, he will see that the rot is excised from the city of Palantis. Remember, my friends, that even in the darkest of times, there is always a flicker of hope. Stay vigilant, prepare yourselves, and trust in the bonds that unite us. The truth must be revealed, justice must be served, and the reign of those who seek our downfall must come to an end. Keep your hearts strong and your minds sharp, for destiny has a way of weaving our lives together once again. Yours in unwavering friendship, Ispin Greenshield. P.S. Please deliver this fortune to my son, Derek Highwater.
Oh, snap.
And the rest I leave in your capable hands. Yeah, you guys start going through it. And there are,
Need a quick nap. You guys can keep going.
yeah,
Gotta go talk to the kids. Keep
there
So,
are
Do you want me to
signed,
give it to him? I don't mind. I mean,
If you want.
I'm kind of trained for this now.
Yeah, why don't you? I mean, I'm going to be blunt, honest, and logical about it. So, I mean, if you know, I'm not
Hey.
going to.
There's nothing wrong with that approach
I'm
sometimes.
just-
it might be what he needs.
I'm-
Maybe you are more appropriate
I
for it,
don't-
actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Do you
And
want to?
I don't think I am. I'm saying I don't think that would be appropriate. I'm not going to be soft. I think you are the better person to be telling him of his lineage.
But then you've got Guppy too. You know, do you want to
What? Do what?
do you want to tell? Do you want to deliver the message and the fortune?
Oh, to
Oh,
Derek.
Yeah.
Derek, yeah. I mean, this is all his. None of this is ours, right?
It is, but
that
what?
The
unicorn
steel,
ring, right?
the steel is
Huh.
his.
I think he's missing
But the rest is your guys'.
Steel is his. The rest is ours.
Yeah.
This is odds and ends in here. Knickknacks.
But there's an item list. What is there anything of importance? Like, I mean, other than the info about.
Yeah, there's a ton of
Olympus
info
and-
about basically
you know.
the case that he built against the Dinsmore, Nellish, and Overdane. Sworn affidavits from
Fuck, it was Nigel. Nigel Dinsmore was in on this too.
his father.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does
all-
the apple fall far from the
three
tree,
fathers.
or-
So yeah, sworn affidavits from servants. Missives that he was able to get that weren't burned or destroyed. Financial statements of funneling money from these lords into Crown Guard's coffers. There's even some missives from the lords to Nico, some discussions on how to eliminate the elves as a potential threat, how to secure Firebrand Island as a base of operations. It details the whole plot, the entire plan.
Is there anything about any of the nobles of Kalaman in there? Like things that we're gonna need to know, people to avoid, people that are working against
for
us.
Kalaman?
You'll have to take some time really looking through it. There's a lot of information
I
in
got
there.
it. Can I do that?
What?
Investigate?
Yeah, investigate. Yeah.
We've got
Please
nothing
do.
but time, really.
No, we don't. We don't have time at all. we got no time.
No, it's like as we're talking about this and like hashing it out, I'm like, oh fuck, shouldn't we get that Derek kid as quickly as possible? Because like, it seems like he'd be like the next one to axe.
Yeah,
One-
can I give him guidance
Yeah.
on his investigation?
Ooh.
I see two numbers.
So
That's
22.
over 20.
Yeah.
Now roll a
And
D4.
then add a D4.
So 26.
No, D4.
Oh,
You gotta
D4,
roll-
sorry.
yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
I'd love
sorry.
it to be always.
The difference between 22 and 26.
There you go,
is not gonna be-
23.
well.
You pour through these papers and everything over the next couple of hours. It takes you quite a bit of time to get through it all. By the time you are done, you have a really deep understanding of the information contained within it. You do not recognize every name inside of the papers because you really haven't spent any time with the citizens of Kalaman, but your information now is super thorough. You have names. There is mention of the city. He does mention a couple of the guild masters by name. And so with that having been said, you do have some information there. Granted, this information has been gathered over the course of 5 years, so whether these individuals are still in charge of their guilds or not remains to be seen. But you do have a suspicion that perhaps there were some guild masters from the city of Kalaman involved in this plot. Also, there is probably one of the most damning pieces of evidence is the plot, which was successful, to give the Red Dragon Army intel on how to destroy the mining camp that you guys were in.
Oh, weird.
What the cycles of the knights as they would guard the place was, when they should attack and when they shouldn't.
All the shit we should have done.
And you guys, it was fully within the plan to eliminate the four of you. So basically by him allowing you to attend his funeral, he gave you the means to escape that
Wait,
threat.
we know he wasn't on the.
Yeah, and for some reason he doesn't want us to know.
Well, hasn't yet. Is there anything else that points to where we might find him now?
You don't see anything inside of the letter that he left you and inside of this information that points you in that direction.
He didn't use large letters in full caps. A
He
font
didn't.
size larger
No,
than
he
the
didn't
rest.
bold and
We would've been able to decipher
yeah,
the
even if
message
he did, it
anyway,
never
so-
would have been deciphered. Rose, you do find one item of interest. It is a small onyx statuette in the shape of a massive black mastiff.
Oh, yeah. Good. Too bad we don't have a mage. You can't like Identified magic. Can I cast Identify as a ritual?
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly can.
Sweet, and I do.
And you do. And what you come to discover is that this is what's known as a figurine of wondrous power.
A third fucking horse.
It is not a horse. It is an onyx
Mastiff.
dog.
A
It is a
dog.
mastiff. It is not meant to be
Is
a
it
mount.
the size of a horse? Oh, God.
Yeah. Nope.
If you were a halfling
I
or a
was hopeful.
kender,
Yep. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe a kender could ride it.
Horse.
It's
That'd be cool.
it's big enough.
Hood.
I think with Identify, you learn everything about it. You can look it up later, but the statuette of a dog can become a mastiff for up to 6 hours. The mastiff has an intelligence of 8 and can speak common. It also has dark vision to a range of 60 feet and can see invisible creatures and objects within that range. Once it has been used, it can't be used again until 7 days have passed.
7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like if it dies. They didn't give like a time limit of how long it can be around, right?
Well, and it doesn't have to be summoned for the whole 6 hours at once.
Because it's 6 hours.
You can like summon it for like 10 minutes and then bring it back. But once you reach that 6 hour limit, it's got a 7-day reset.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Figurine
that's
of wondrous power, Onyx dog.
yep.
Got it.
That's your guys's.
Check.
And other than
hey,
that,
did you happen to find that on D&D Beyond app on your
Yeah.
phone?
No, because I don't want Pinkerton busting down my door.
yeah. Is that a new magic item? Boom, boom, boom. Anyways, you guys, that's what it is. You've got this treasure meant for Darrett, and you've got this evidence that exonerates you without a clear way to get it to the person, into the person's hands who needs it, but you do have this evidence now, should the opportunity arise to present it to Lord Gunthar with Whiston.
Is it safe to just leave this here? I mean, do we want to carry all this evidence on us at all times?
We should leave it in the bank. That's good thinking, brother. And I did find a wondrous magical item that can summon a dog. Is anyone particularly interested?
I always wanted a dog.
So you can have a bird and a dog? I'm okay with that.
I don't care.
Cool. Looks
Alright.
like the figurine of
Alright.
wondrous power is going to the bard.
Oh, I don't need it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to have it?
You just wanted it? You just said you wanted it.
Who wants it? I don't care. Seems like no one else wanted it.
All right, I'll take the dog.
You
All
have
right.
2 horses.
Yeah, come on. 2 horses, right?
I stand astride both of them as I ride.
You John Claude it with the legs?
Yes.
Your dog rides one of the horses next to you, actually. Yeah.
It's the only knight I know that wears denim.
Okay.
All right. No, I don't need this, and I hand it over to Shep.
I mean, I'll take it if no one wants it.
I'm just trying to figure out your action economy here with that.
Me, I could.
Would you be able to use it with the
I
bird too?
Like in a fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I've never
Massives
seen this
in a
thing
fights
before.
are pretty gnarly.
I don't know. It might be cool to just hang out with them sometimes.
Well,
We
it's
could
an
just-
intelligent creature with
Why
its
don't
own
you just bring it
thoughts
out
and
and we
feelings.
can talk to it?
Not in the middle of a bank. I
Why,
completely
why
agree
wouldn't
that we-
you want it?
I'm not, because I don't want to assume that every magical possession we find is automatically mine because I cast the spells.
Well, why don't we start with you having it?
Have you ever had
Okay.
a puppy?
Yeah, and he died. I had to eat it
Oh my
because I was
goodness.
a homeless person and I was hungry. No, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think this is a real story.
No, it's not. We've had lots of
He
dogs.
has a house.
It's Grim,
it's a
Grim Wolf. Wolf. The family had
Right.
wolves. Yes, I'm used to. I will.
So you're
glad-
saying this is on theme then? A black mastiff to your white robe.
friends. I just didn't. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now you've got a little doggo.
I just didn't want to
start as a puppy?
assume.
No problem.
I was offering it up to the group. I don't want to assume.
Why don't
But
you
it's
summon
out
it
of-
and see what you think about it?
Brother, if you want, I can put it in a secret pocket in your
Going to put myself.
In the bag of holding.
so that you can summon it whenever you wish.
Holding.
Okay. Just the head and close the bag. That's all I'm
I
going
mean,
to do.
I don't need it. Between you two, though, I mean,
Let's just have you hold on to it.
Okay, I will hold on
All
to
right,
the
so let's
magical
seal
item.
this
Thank
up and
you.
get out of here, guys.
Okay. Yeah, seal this stuff up. We're going to put it back in the bank, close it all up. We have a good inventory now that we've investigated and studied the materials and we're written down what we need to write down. We can put this back in the bank and be safe in knowing that no one's going to.
Put it all back in the boxes.
And we don't have to tell anybody
Would say.
that we know any of this guppy. Because sometimes, the knowledge itself is what we need to have. And other people don't need to know that yet.
And yeah, I definitely feel that Shep should be the one that relays the lineage info.
Oh, you're going to break the news, Tim. When are you going to do that, Shep?
After the want to know, I can't use that anymore.
Listen, we've got 15 javelins. Let's do this. You know what? Hold on. Before we close that, I throw like 5 of the javelins into this. Might need those later.
Okay.
Hey, how about we just drop off this armor too? And
I don't think they let you into the bank vault with the javelins and the armor and everything else. As far as I know, your horses are stabled at Castle Kalaman.
Damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you got some free access to that stuff, so I don't know that they will fit inside this lockbox, though.
Besides, we should trade those javelins for a third horse, brother.
That sounds brilliant.
We
Cool.
need 4.
I love
We do
Guppy
need 4.
stares
Right
off
on
into the
one of yours.
distance and imagines having
That's
3
okay.
horses. Love it.
I'm
Okay.
pretty light. I'm not wearing like plate armor. Well, I'm wearing scale.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys have pretty much conducted your business at the bank. You reseal the chest inside of the lockbox. Who has the key? And who's going to have the key?
You had it before, Rose.
Doesn't matter who. I guess I will hold all of the things.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I write the stuff down, and you keep them on you at all times. brother.
I guess I can summon a floating disc, and we can just keep our pile of treasure floating disc permanently.
Listen, we'll just put the stuff we don't want inside the bank.
I
Okay.
will hold the key.
Okay.
Yeah,
So Roche has a key. Got it. All right, cool.
Bank key check.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys remember the name of the bank?
Let me look on the old.
As I'm walking out, I'm like, what exactly is the name of this bank, Mr. Teller?
Sovereign Trust Bank.
Sovereign Trust.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to make sure all the details were in order. So, that leaves the rest of the day and the wider city up for your guys' exploration. I mean, I know that there's some items that you may like to unload or sell or trade. You have a scroll to get to. There's this
Question about that. How long is that going to take? I know just from a player out of game, like, should we one-off that, or?
I think it should be included as part of the larger experience, but I mean, it's mostly going to be you. But there's stuff inside of the shop that you guys may be interested in, where where he needs to go. So
Let's go.
I think there's something for everybody.
Roger that. So, hey, guys, ever since we got into town, I got this scroll, and it's been pulling me in a direction. And I've been kind of just keeping it to myself, but I feel like I really got to track this down. So you guys can either come with me, or you guys can do your own thing. But
Where'd you get the scroll in the first place, brother?
I was summoned to take an initial test, and I passed that test and was given a scroll. And it didn't really do anything, and I was told not to open it. But since we got into town, it's been ringing in my head, and I gotta get it to stop. I gotta follow the breadcrumbs.
Well, so what? You've just become a mule now, brother? Well, what if this is a powerful magical spell? Like, what if it's like, hey, drop a giant meteor or some rock on somebody's head? You're
But
just
it's-
okay with giving that up now?
Well, if there's that kind of power involved, there's nothing that I'm going to be able to do anyways. So I might as well just follow it through.
I mean, why don't you just open it up yourself, brother? What if there's like something really good inside of it, like a sweet dragon that you can ride?
I
into
can't just
battle?
open every box and scroll and person that comes in front of me, brother. I must do my duty and follow it to its end finale.
No, I get it.
The right way.
I get it, brother.
The correct way.
I'm only just teasing you. A
I
little
know
bit.
that. I know.
But you know,
You don't have to come with me. You can go do your own thing. But I'm going to. I have to do this. I have
No,
to finish this.
this is perfectly fine. We're a team. We're a big group here. We can do this together. How do you guys feel about this? Crash? Shep?
Sounds fun.
Knowing that I'm not the only one who stepped away and didn't say anything about what happened during that first time, I don't mind helping and supporting you in this at all. It seems kind of part and parcel.
Hey,
We're
we did
good.
the one thing I wanted to do, and that was go to the bank.
Not to the horse stalls, not to buy more horses.
So yeah, all I really had to do today was go to the bank. So rest of the day is wide open for me.
My whole
guys.
day is wide open.
I mean, we're on a timeline, so I don't want to distract from anyone else's needs because we are short on time.
Well, I've heard there's a great tavern up the street that serves tapas, and they have an air elemental waiter that's just... so we could go there, too. I mean, it's up to you. What would you like to do today?
Oh, I'm doing my own. I'm going. Definitely.
Let's do
You
your
guys
thing.
can go
It's
to the
fine.
town. And,
All right,
Yeah.
we'll
Sweet.
follow you.
You don't have to. I'm just saying.
No, we are, right?
So
Yeah.
stepping out of the doors of the Sovereign Trust Bank and relying on the low buzzing of the scroll to guide you in the direction that you need to go. In short order, you follow the concentric roads to a location just west of Castle Kalaman, due west actually, while the gate that you all came through is more northwest. And yeah, it's
Apothecary?
it's an apothecary. It's a nicely built establishment. It seems to be among one of the wealthier buildings in the area, not too far from the financial wealthy inns and banks and stuff of the inner concentric ring around the castle of Kalaman. So that kind of tells you a little bit about who the mage might be on the inside. But it still has that air of a magical shop. The windows are sort of foggy and obscured. You can see faint images of charms and bracelets and rings on different stands behind the windows. As you enter, it smells of licorice and pepper. The modest shop has a few meager tables displaying good luck charms, odd animal bones, and vials advertising various remedies. At the rear of the shop, a human woman with raven hair and a dark dress with feathered wing-like sleeves stands behind a counter heaped with books, her back to you as she stocks the books on the shelf. Welcome to Wyon's Apothecary. Look around and don't touch anything, especially you, Kender, without looking.
Already having a bauble in my hand.
You break it, you buy it. What can I do for you?
I've got a scroll that's been pulling me to your apothecary, and I'm not really sure where to go from here.
She pauses with the book on the shelf that she was about to stock, looks over her shoulder at you. An aspiring mage, I see.
I am every day when I wake up and read.
And is the scroll one of the things that we read?
I did not read the scroll. I was ordered not to.
Indeed. So you followed those orders, did you? A loyal soldier.
Well, my honor is my oath, so my honor is my life. So yeah,
How disgusting. Bring me the scroll, please.
fair enough. There's the scroll.
And as she's opening it and reading it, why do you think that you're worthy of using magic?
Worthy of using magic, because my worth is a measure of my character, and my character is true. And I intend to do good with magic in the world.
I think I see where this is going. And do you serve your magic, or does the magic serve you, Roche?
Well, magic is intertwined into all of us and all things. It neither serves us, and we neither serve it.
All things are servants of something, Roche. You answer this question with a silver tongue. Do you serve the magic, or does the magic serve you?
I weave the magic in my own way, as all magicians do.
So the magic serves you.
I guess that would hold true.
Interesting. And with this magic that so serves you, How will you change the world?
Well, I will do good with my magic, aid those in need, defend those who cannot defend themselves, and refuse to use magic that would be to the detriment of the world.
Your definition of good is aiding those in need. That is how one does good in this world.
My definition of good is open to interpretation depending upon the wielder of the magic. My definition of good is to cause no harm.
So, neutral then.
I do not intend to keep the balance between good and evil. I have chosen my side, and I have chosen the side of good.
I see. Well, what would you do if you lost your magic? How would you do good then?
The same way I've done it before I was wielded magic. I would help those in need to the best of my ability.
How?
Well, feed the homeless, clean the streets, take care of those who are sick, selfless acts, defend those who would need defending, regardless of the threat.
And would you sacrifice those things you hold dear to accomplish this? Your money, your wealth, your estates, your land? Would you beggar yourself to help those who would not help themselves?
I already have. I already do. I've thrown off my family's wealth. I live on my own. I live on my own means.
So you would behave the same without the magic as you would with it.
I believe that to be true.
I can see that you do. Not one for my order then, no doubt. Unfortunately, our numbers dwindle. It is so difficult for people to understand the sacrifices that one must truly make if they wish to help this world. But for you, as you may have suspected, it is the white robes that I think would best serve your needs. Perhaps the red. But no, I think the white for you.
That is for my betters to decide, I would think.
I think that if you wish to continue on this path of obtaining magic, I would be willing to vouch for you. I can send a message to the mages if you wish, and inform them that you would like to take a test.
I intend to continue walking this path, so I would appreciate that.
Very well. Until then, I will send a message. It can take some time to hear back from the mages, as they are no doubt busy with whatever it is those honestly useless council members of the Conclave get up to in their Tower of Wayreth. It is us here in the field who fight the real fight, and while I do not wish to be a white robe mage ever, I am a loyal member of our order, and I am here for you if you need anything. The Brotherhood of the Mages only survives by its strongest connections to one another. I have some wares here in the shop. They are free for you to purchase if you wish, and if there is anything that you may need, obscure or otherwise, I may be able to get my hands on it if you but ask.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate your time.
Once I hear from the mages in the Tower of High Sorcery, I will find a way to contact you and perhaps even find a way to arrange for transportation so that you may take your test.
Thank you greatly. I am in your debt, sounds like.
Is there anything else that I can help you all with?
Let me ask my friends.
How does your organization feel about magic that comes from other sources? Like, I don't know, music, perchance?
Once there was divine magic in this world that came as a gift from the gods, but since the time of the Cataclysm, that magic is no more, though there are rumors. And she casts
He is wielding magic that the wizardly orders do use. His means of attaining the weave are different than from what I understand. And I think that's what he's asking help with.
They come to me in song.
Do you
He has a familiar.
pray for your magic?
No, it's more like, do you play any instruments?
I do not.
Okay, well, let's just say like, before you go on stage as a musician, like you have to have a set or list
Okay.
of songs you want to sing. And so in the morning, I come up with my set list and I can produce magical things.
So the world is your stage, and you but conduct the energies that you find within it.
Yeah. I've started to see sound currents in magical ways. It's really weird.
The magic comes to all of us differently. What is your name?
Crescendo.
Crescendo. The magic comes to us all differently, Crescendo, and the ways that we manipulate it are but the vessel, as are we. To me, it sounds like you belong in our order. We would hesitantly welcome one of your lineage. There are not many Kinder mages, in fact, none that I know of. But we would be willing to perhaps train you so that you do not harm yourself or others.
That'd be nice.
You wish to seek the ways of the high sorcery?
Is there a choice?
You either choose to master
Hey,
the magic,
buddy, this is the choice.
or the magic masters you,
Yeah.
and we will hunt you down like the dog that you are.
First Kinder red robe. Maybe nights out the window.
He
Maybe
clearly wants his red robe. Or his black.
I've been trying to play it cool this whole time. Like, oh, I didn't know
The
we were
powers
gonna
of
but
growing stronger.
What?
And it is a little freaky. So yeah, I could definitely use some more help. It just doesn't seem like. You said nobody. Oh, okay. Yes, I could use some help.
A demonstration, perhaps, is in order.
Sure.
What can you do?
Well, I can do this, and I think for a second, and I bring out my guitar, and I strum the guitar, and I start manipulating the musical currents into a hand,
Mm-hmm.
and the hand floats around and grabs things and picks it up and puts it down.
Rudimentary, but exceptional. I see that you focus your magic through an object. Are you able to perform it without something like an instrument or something along these lines?
No, I need to use an instrument. Yeah.
You need a focus.
Mhm.
This may be familiar to you,
Mm-hmm.
Roj, or is it not?
It is. I have a staff that is my focus to cast spells. A
Interesting.
wooden object.
I was
the same
also
as my friend.
born with the gift to summon this, and I snap my fingers and bring Songbird back into materialization.
A familiar.
Yeah, but this is different. I've always been able to do this, but the Songbird itself, this is Songbird. She's been sharing some of the songs with me, and I believe that may be where some of the power is coming from.
Careful, Kinder. The words that you speak now take you down the path of sorcery. And while we, strictly speaking, must welcome them into our ranks, we do not view them as our own. If you wish to continue on your path of the study of magic, you must know that it takes work. One is not simply born with the gift. You must learn to master it like any force inside of you, so that it does not harm those around you.
If it were an innate gift, would you not need to master it still?
Indeed, but some of these sorcerers view themselves as prodigies, needing no training, renegades.
Well, if you've ever met any Kinders, I don't believe that hubris is our downfall.
I like you. You are funny. I think you would make a splendid black robe mage.
No, probably not. No, I like music and dancing and life and healing and making people happy, and that, I don't know, that's not really a dark colored thing.
Goths are happy too.
Honestly, as do I. I believe that life should be enjoyed to its fullest, and there are those who would seek to stamp out the root of creativity, of enjoyment, of our freedoms to do things. The path of an evil mage is not to do evil. It is to be free, to do what one wishes. To not be constrained by these concepts of good and evil.
To gain power at all costs, you mean?
Well,
There are always costs to gaining power, Roche.
I live
Black robes find out.
my life under a pretty strict code. And the code is something that was taught to me by my grandfather. And in Kinder, it sounds like this. It's Ichthik ulus mut dormat. And it means goodness is best. So from a very young age, that's how I've lived. And that's how I will continue.
Goodness, I have found, is relative.
Yeah.
What is good for the farmer is not so good for the pig.
It's true.
It is true.
What about this? Summon one of my my ghostly shades next to me. Like, this is a net. This is like Nate. It's from my family's bloodline. How sorcerer is that, huh?
I hand Shep the onyx dog. Summon the dog. Summon the dog. We can all summon creatures. Do it. Do it.
A party! I like this! It has been some time since so many great abilities of magic have come into my presence. I must study this. Perhaps you could stay for a while.
Nope, sorry, we're busy on official business. And I pull out my badge and start shining it right now.
An esquire of Kalaman. No doubt. How did you achieve such greatness? You have only been in the city a short time, have you not?
Well, you see, we were in the last town in Vogler, and does anybody shut me up before I start saying that?
Yeah, shut up, brother. Shut up. We don't need to bother you with all of this hubbub.
And you know what?
Just listen.
That's all the magic users in our group. So
Brother, they sell magic plate here.
Oh, hey, you know what? That is a really good question. Do you sell lances by chance?
I typically do not sell magical weapons at this place, and also magically enchanted weapons can be difficult to find, rare. The people who own them tend to keep them, or they hand them down to their families, or elect to be buried with them. There have been known to be magical items throughout the history of this world. But the mages tend not to put enchantments on weapons that could destroy us.
you did say that there were goods for sale, though?
No. I am a brewer of many potions, poisons, antidotes, simple arcane objects. It simply depends on what it is that you are looking for.
I was looking for a regular lance, like a metal one.
A regular lance. I think perhaps you may need to visit the blacksmith, the Hammersmith brothers, just to the northwest of the city by the trade gate. They maybe have what you are looking for. Yes, indeed. And they are good people. But for myself, I can provide you with most any potion or poison or antidote that you are looking for, given enough time here.
Minor arcane items? What's that?
Simple enchanted items.
Was that more like what you were looking for?
Did you have something in mind?
I don't have a list of minor enchanted items on me. What do you got?
Right now, she doesn't have any like very specific enchanted items on hand, just mostly potions. In terms of like game mechanics, she can brew any common potion that you guys are eventually looking for, but she doesn't really just like keep it fully stocked at
Yeah.
all times. But she has all of the ingredients to do these things on hand at any time. Spell components are there for anything that you need up to. She does have some of the more expensive spell components, like diamonds that need to be worth a certain amount of gold, precious metals and things like that.
Can she make a Lord Baccaris voodoo doll? Just asking for a friend.
This is a dark magic that is not proven to be tested. Do you hate this Baccaris?
Look, the balance is something I don't question anymore.
Yeah.
So sometimes a balance just needs to be No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Do you know anything
We'll
about
find
this book?
Another shop.
Book.
Well,
What
it's got
book is
3
it?
moons on it. Not my moon, because
Yeah.
No,
those
this isn't
didn't
the
sell.
best moon book.
Those
This
didn't
is the second best moon book.
This book is a finely wrought spell book. It is likely given to you as a gift, no doubt, from your trials at
Yes.
the. Daniel can't remember the name of that place
It's
right now, but yeah,
The Tower of
the Tower of Genji or whatever it was. I don't remember, but
Weymouth.
yeah, not yet. We're getting there.
Aw.
Granted to you for completing the maze, I believe, with the golden key at the center.
I was just wondering if you had any history that you may know off the top of your head. If not, no big deal. I won't waste any more of your time.
I do not.
Okay, thank
I
you.
do not know the history of this particular spell book. Although it looks rare and it is finally made. Have you started inscribing spells in it yet?
I have. And I was hoping maybe you had some more ink. I've kind of run dry.
Absolutely. I have reagents, spell components, anything that you may need.
Just some high quality ink so I can continue writing
Yeah.
spells into my new book.
Yeah, basically anything from the player's handbook, equipment list related to spell components, ink, yada yada. She has access to all that good stuff. Prices as listed in the player's handbook, so just
Deal with it.
buy it, deal with it.
Raja.
It's totally fine. In terms of game mechanics, just real quickly, so we don't have to go through a bunch of shopping and stuff, Kalaman has any equipment available to you from the player's handbook. Weapons, arms, armor, horses, carts, literally anything. It's a big city, and any of the equipment that's available in the player's handbook is available in Kalaman. As far as more esoteric stuff like magical items and things like that, I think we've already established on Kryn that stuff like that is pretty rare, and it doesn't really just get bought at a magical item shop. Unless there's something very specific that you're looking for, you may be able to track that down somewhere. But unless you have something in mind, there's not really just magic items sitting on a shelf.
Is there any way I can trade? Oh man, yeah. Okay, yeah. The splint and scale mail, for money.
Yeah, so there are blacksmiths and people who would be more than willing to take these for the raw materials or to sell them in their own shops. So it's about time for us to call it a night. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of have these conversations, over Discord or whatever, and kind of hand wave the whole shopping thing. And then when we come back, unless there's any place specific that you guys would like to visit for any story reason or whatever, then we'll just kind of move on to the next phase and we'll break down all this stuff.
We'll get a quest.
We'll get a quest.
Nice.
So,
Sounds good.
yeah, welcome to Kalaman, guys. Kalaman will be, minor spoiler, but get comfortable here. This is going to be the base of operations for pretty much the majority of the adventure, minus some adventuring that will take you outside of the city, then back to the city, and outside of the city, and back to the city. So get used to it, explore it. Feel free to ask me to name places that aren't on the map because I have some information that I've created for those. There's lots of stuff around and lots of people to talk to and all kinds of cool stuff. So get comfortable with Kalaman. Let's role play it up. Let's enjoy our time here and find some cool story devices.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for the game.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Mhm.
Tune in next Sunday at 6 p.m.
Bye.